Ka, you're kind of familiar with these symbols, but you don't quite make the connection that this is an altar to all three of them. I would say I mean, obviously they're probably saying stuff out loud, so you would know you'd be able to connect the dots anyway, though.
Wasn't she trying to figure out what the thing that the goblin's gonna do is?
Oh,
Yeah,
if that's what you're trying to ask, then you have no idea. You're just trying to like figure out what he's doing, but he doesn't seem to really be able to communicate what he means by the thing.
We also want to try to stop him from like crying.
I let him go.
You let him go?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm
Perhaps-
trying to grab the bastard.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't let the goblin. Wait, do you guys like say what you notice?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I also
I'm
say
not-
to keep the goblin away from the altar until we know what the thing is.
I walk up beside the goblin and pull a dagger out and put it towards his throat. Move, you're dead.
Can we not kill the tiny paladin?
He's
Do not
just
do-
he just sit there like he just like
these
freezes.
dead gods. I think not. If he moves, he's dead. He's
He just
worshipping
freezes,
these things,
goes-
and no.
Gods? What?
My little friend, this is a altar to some evil deities that are not accepted in Waterdeep, much less most of the civilized world.
He just says, "Herdy lady, just say, go on thing, that thing, and do the thing."
Then
What?
do the thing.
No, let's not let that happen. Could you
Let's let
tell
it
us?
happen.
But what if something terrible happens?
I say let's not let it happen. Here, little Gerblid, I grabbed some extra fish from earlier. You want a fish?
He kind of like scrunches his face like, "Me hold it too long. Me need to do the thing."
Virgil,
What
do you know
is-
something we don't about what this thing is?
Well, I'm assuming since from earlier on I was guessing it was weird how the paladin couldn't hit him. I found out that he's also a paladin and he's but blessed. He's obviously been sent here.
You hear Aoife's voice from up top. "What's going on down there?"
Oh, do we not let her down?
No, shit came down yet.
After he came down with the rest of us,
See
I
if
don't
I
know
can
what
ladder.
was the point.
Yeah, I mean, the idea is if she goes on that ladder, it might break, and then you guys
Well, I mean,
might
that's
have a
what we did,
tough
rope,
We could
right?
try catching her.
Well, we also secured a rope.
Trust fall. It's a trust fall.
trust fall.
Yeah.
I mean,
Altar.
she's holding on to the sword to make sure that it stays there. The sword probably isn't going to support her weight.
Let me climb back up. I'll climb back up. I'll go back through the thing, through the little hallway, climb up to the top where she's at. Yeah, bad altar down there. Ball, Mercule, and a dead 3.
She just
I'll hold the rope.
what?
Yeah.
Destroy it.
How?
She says,
Right.
"I don't know.
Can I
Do
hear him?
something to destroy that altar. That should not be here. Or get everyone out of there and I'll contact the Order of the Gauntlet. They'll destroy it."
Well, you guys, I'm pretty sure you heard that.
We have a tiny paladin down here.
He's sitting there like his legs are like now kind of like scrunched together as you're kind of like holding him, and he's like, "We really need to do the thing."
Let him do the thing.
Could I have insight, the goblin, to understand what the thing is and if it's malevolent in any fashion?
Sure. Give me an insight.
You saying something, Sobos?
Well, I was going to say, and this might maybe help you. What could you describe what the thing is? Like what you are supposed to do?
He looks to you and just like his face is still kind of like scrunching. It almost looks like he's kind of in pain a little bit. And he goes, "Hearty lady, just say, climb the altar and do the thing." He says, he like starts speaking in Goblin. And obviously it makes no sense to you.
Can I try to bless him with guidance once
There
more?
we
So
go.
that
Here's my insight check.
All right.
Bravo.
It looks like he really needs to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Are you?
Gonna take a dump on the dead three. All right.
It sounds like he has to do the thing, and it looks like he has to use the bathroom. Maybe he's going to desecrate the altar by dropping the big one on it.
He kind of like He's
don't
sitting there
think we
just
should
like-
let the pub-
it's like he looks like he's kind of like in pain a little bit.
Maybe fertile.
What if we just hold the goblin over the?
Can we not just let him do the thing?
But
We don't
what?
have to hold him while he's doing the thing.
Well, here's the thing. I do not want him to do something besides defecation. Because
What is he gonna do? It's a tight room. 10 foot big.
I guess he is
Well,
still wrapped up, isn't he?
Yes. No, actually, I let him go, but
Are you going to take on the altar, little one?
He kind of like looks at you. He's like, he kind of squints my eye, but like he's like looking at you like, huh?
Are you going to poop on the altar?
He just, what? Huh? What you
Is that-
mean?
Is that the thing? Is the thing pooping? Because you seem like you have to use the restroom.
What you mean, poop?
You know,
Reverse eat.
like whenever the brown stuff comes out of your rear end after you've eaten.
His eye pop. Uh huh. Oh, the thing.
That.
Let him go.
Yeah, here, and is he wearing pants?
No, it's like a loincloth, and you probably haven't seen what's under the loincloth.
So, I guess if that is the case, I wouldn't be opposed to him doing it. Agreed.
finally.
Fallon, if just in case, probably should contact your order. I can wait with the rope up here in case things go, south.
Have you told her like what's going on, or just told her that?
And the goblin is going to desecrate the altar. Desecrate as in bodily excrement. Apparently, that's the thing.
What?
This lady has. Apparently, that's the thing. The hurt lady has asked to live. Whatever.
No, destroy it and that little creature for all I care. But just that altar cannot be left there. Destroy it.
Could we at least see what happens before we destroy it?
Top 5 worst moments before anime.
No, destroy the altar.
I'm in,
Alright,
favor of
Goblin,
letting,
destroy the altar.
I'm in favor of letting him on the altar. Is everyone in favor?
I mean, I'm up top.
Yeah.
I wasn't
Trey
super
just
quick
face
to
palms
begin
and walks to the corner.
Hopatkin, I suppose you could let him free then. I mean, keep him wrapped up, but let go of the rope.
Ropes. I drop it.
He
Cut him free to get down.
yeah, he kind of like hobbles.
Wasn't the rope cut before he came
Yeah.
down?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was already released.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that you did.
Yeah.
So he
That was
he
my
kind
rope.
of he kind of waddles he kind of waddles over to the altar and kind of tries to climb up it a bit, and kind of like has to stop for a second, and like his whole body like shivers a little bit, and it's like oh, and just like starts climbing up it a bit like more rigidly. He gets on top of it and like perches on top of it like a gargoyle or like a cat almost, and he just kind of like stops. Just, you watch?
No,
No.
no. I turn away, but I kind of peek through my fingers, like every now and again.
Go on.
So as you guys just like turn away from this, you hear the sounds. It's loud. It reverberates. It sounds wet. And then you smell it. And it smells like the worst mixture of like KFC, Taco Bell, and something KFC, Taco Bell, and roadkill.
Do I ruin the moment if I press the digitate the smell away?
At this point,
same thing.
at this point, I'd be very surprised if you open your mouth for fear of tasting it.
I take a stick of incense out of my pack and just hold it up to my finger, like or my nose, just kind of like hoping that I don't.
Oh, buddy, that smell is punching you in the face. It's not gonna help.
Please.
just the sounds of this going on and on. It probably will last like maybe 15 seconds, but it just feels like 15 hours. As you just hear like the goblin doing this and just like a
I leave the room. I go back to the room with the ladder and the rope. Like just below the.
Finally, you hear like the last little bit of flatulence, and then you just hear like a and then you hear him like kind of shuffle down, and just like walking back toward you, and you also hear like a kind of a slap sound as it kind of got everywhere.
Oh, did someone say something about prestidigitation earlier?
Have I managed to gross everyone out? Because I was trying to get all of you. I think I got all of you.
I mean, I've smelled worse and I've seen worse. So
Right?
It really is a little green baby.
I mean, bed sores smell terrible. Like, oh man,
They do actually.
bed sores are just.
Has anything changed with the altar?
Also, colossal.
And I managed to do this. I managed to do this to you guys without even making one sound.
That is perfect.
Yeah, what's going on with the altar? As horrible as that is, I think that's where the attention needs to be turned.
Is it like cracking and
It's pretty well
red?
coated. The altar looks just well coated in various shades of brown and black, and there might actually be some red there. You're not entirely sure.
I'm more worried about the black color because that indicates internal bleeding.
He did say he was holding it. And he kind of is walking out, and he just walks past you guys just like, oh, me better now.
Can I just use Thunderwave just to obliterate that thing from the room? Like get rid of the
I mean,
altar?
I imagine the smell is probably not as bad after a few seconds, just because like the candles are burning off all the methane. If we're really getting into the science here.
Dude, I just want to get rid of that altar
actually,
now. Can I
it's
just Thunderwave it away?
He's about to get back onto the like basically get onto the first rung of the ladder, and suddenly
Well, he's tied up.
everything begins kind of shaking.
Okay, can someone destroy that altar, please?
The candles begin kind of lowering down in flames, and then suddenly get like 3 times the size as you hear this ear-piercing sound of like an overlapping moans, screams, and cries, all echoing in this room, and almost like air is circulating around the altar from where it shouldn't be.
I cast Shield of Faith on Treya.
If anybody's ever heard the inhuman sound of like a backdraft, when like fire has been starved and suddenly meets air, and there's almost like that weird like shrieking sound that it makes of the fire just consuming all that air at once, the oxygen, that's what you're hearing, but it's like on a constant loop and getting louder and louder and louder. The area, that little room that you're in, you start seeing little bits of rock and dirt from above you start to like fall down little by little.
I immediately run.
I think we need to get going.
Yes, we probably should, because I do not think we are powerful enough to destroy this altar.
If you're, as you were running through even this hall, it's only like 15 feet from this room to like the what's called the ladder, right? But even as you're running, the ground is like shaking enough that you're like tossing probably like your shoulders like into the wall, trying to like regain your balance as you're running through this area. You guys managed to just kind of clamber up the ladder with the goblin in front of you. So whoever's the first person on there is looking straight up at the goblin, by the way. Just point that out.
Little crappy bunghole.
Oh.
Hopefully it doesn't drip.
So Harpakian, just tell your sons to not watch the last like 2 hours of this campaign of today's session.
Kids love crap jokes.
It's
And
true.
Pete-
It's true.
Well, they probably
is
shouldn't
Pokemon.
watch it for my reasons.
I just don't want to give them any ideas about destroying altars.
Yeah, I mean, definitely tell them like if you find an evil god's
the
altar,
biggest
just
shit on the freaking church.
yeah, if your kids ever find an altar to death gods, or to evil gods, make sure they don't, make sure they just destroy it. Don't desecrate it. That's a bad idea.
Yes, noted.
Right? Yeah. Always find your nearest paladin and have them do it.
Like the one we had upstairs.
So you guys get out of there, and by the time, as soon as you get up to the ground, the house is also shaking. You're now realizing how rickety it is as like parts of you hear things knocking over. Toward the back room, you actually see you hear like a crash, and then just like a bunch of dust and wood debris is like thrown out of the room, as apparently part of the ceiling or roofing has collapsed in that area. The paladin is just yelling, "What did you do?"
The goblin said something.
Destroy the altar. Let's come down on top.
She looks livid, but she's already heading out of the out of the house. But like as she said this, the goblin is literally just like running right past her. Like running through her legs out the door.
God. So yeah.
So is everybody just like booking it out of the house?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I will make sure that at least Treya gets up before me, like Treya and Maurice,
No,
everyone.
that's nice.
Well, I mean everyone else. I mean, I'm a cleric. I protect things.
But only the
I may be
humans, of course.
chaotic. I may be. Well, I know them well.
Human
And Carl.
first.
You know what? No, I say I
it's
make
fine.
sure Carl gets out too.
We see how it
because
is.
I did-
We see how
I
the
did
paladin
too
has
good.
influenced you for the whole human-centric mentality. We get it.
As
It's
I'm
okay.
running
Yeah.
past Silvless, I just grab him by the hair and start yanking him along.
You guys managed to
No
book it.
heroics.
You guys managed to book it outside of the house, just in time to watch the house basically cave in on itself and collapse into nothing more than just wood, brick, and debris. The paladin looks livid and just, "What did you do? And you, what did you do?" She points her longsword at the goblin.
I believe that the goblin destroyed the altar.
He did. He exercised his faith in his own way.
He unleashed a proverbial shitstorm on the altar.
The goblin's just
There was
like
nothing
blinking at you
proverbial
guys.
about it.
Yeah, the goblin's just like blinking at you guys, and it looks at the paladin. Just, "I did the thing."
So our goblin friend here, his thing was desecrating the altar with his waste, and it apparently caused the altar to cave in on itself. I believe that it is an act of faith that he did for whatever god was manipulating him.
Wait, I just realized something.
She's just looking like her eyes are wide, just like, you let him do what?
Take a shit on an evil god's altar. I do not see what the issue is.
I believe that this goblet accomplished what your order was set to do.
Perhaps in a more basic and primitive way, but yes. Nonetheless.
The goblin just kind of like looks at you guys. Me go now.
Hold on.
Oh?
You'll stay with us until we are done with this.
He kind of like looks behind him a little bit and goes, me done.
Well, we are not done with you, Paladin. What is?
Can someone
is,
clean them up, please?
I do not have prestidigitation.
Yeah, I'll take care of that. I got that.
Yeah, exactly.
Goblin smells like lavender and sandalwood.
There you go.
Fantastic.
He just kind of like, as you clean him up and he smells better, he just goes, where'd my smell? What'd you do?
I made the kingdom more peaceable, Goblin.
Paladin, what do you wish to do? I have an idea, but I would rather hear what you are thinking. You are seeming quiet. And understandably so. This is quite a bizarre situation.
Because this whole thing was a bizarre adventure.
She says,
yes.
she is flustered. She just turns to you and just, I'll have to report this. I failed. How it's your fault. You did this.
You did not fail anything.
The altar isn't destroyed.
The altar is very much destroyed.
There is an entire building made of stone and wood collapsed on top of it.
It could be dug out. Who knows who was worshipping there or what evil was done there?
Whatever they are, they're not going to get there anytime soon.
We didn't exercise the offerings. We didn't consecrate the ground. We didn't. And she's just like, her mind is like spinning.
Well, what's the difference? We go and we get some people, and they're able to come in and do what they want while we're out doing paperwork. Now she's just like points one gauntleted hand at you, Sovalis. She goes, this is your fault. I'm going to report this to the Order of the Gauntlet. I will make sure that you never see any higher ranks than you already are. And she just begins to like walk away.
Sovalis grab her shoulders like, no, I don't think you are. We did come to an agreement, and you're a paladin of your word, aren't you?
She is like pushes you out of her way, and says, you overstep your bounds. You interfere with the acts of gods.
No, we exacted what a god wanted to do. And as far as I can tell, we got rid of a dark altar, something that your god was not able to do. So we did do good today, and I'm pretty sure if you prayed to your god, she would tell you the same.
The paladin just kind of like pushes you aside and just says, you've done your family a great disservice. They will hear of this.
Yeah, she just like, we destroyed a dark altar when you could not do it yourself.
Her eyes just kind of flare, but she doesn't answer, and she just begins to like storm away.
Does she need witnesses for like a report or something?
I don't know.
Well, whatever has happened. I wasn't there to witness it, but I mean,
the goblin just kind of like looks at you guys like, me go now.
Yeah, you're free to go.
He just kind of like shifts away, and when you say that, he like, oh, and he just kind of like starts like jogging away.
Wait, where are you going?
And you just, me go now.
Goblin, could you please? We are in
Running
trouble
away.
now. Please, come back. Hey, we didn't give you your food.
He's like, he's already out of earshot by this point. He's booking it.
Does anyone have thaumaturgy?
I do.
The tieflings do, but
Just like in the middle of the field ward, Goblin, come back!
we got your.
Don't say a goblin. Just say, come back. We haven't given you your food yet.
Goblin, yummy food.
Oh, why did you say goblin?
Oh.
Immediately,
Double
like all the people who are near you who would have heard this, like just like women walking around with baskets, or like men doing their stuff, or like people like outside talking around like the bar or whatever, just kind of like stop and look right at you, the tiefling, just like, what?
You know, I think that's
I'll
my.
say that they're next to the play.
I think that's my cue to head down to Corlin's Crown and get these materials to Master Fala. So y'all take care of it.
You hear the sounds of bells nearby, as very obviously the guards are coming, probably to check out whatever this was that happened here.
Should we run away?
You probably
or should
have
we
like
stay?
a few short seconds to decide whether you're gonna stay or whether you're gonna go.
I'm going.
book
I'm
it.
headed towards.
Freya's gonna duck out quickly.
Okay. Suppose there's nothing I can do.
Okay.
We're going to be reported anyway.
Ah, jeez.
Actually, I have a,
You know, I
I have
thought
a
that would-
perfect idea.
What would that be?
I would have blamed Paladin.
So, are you happy with your decision of letting the goblin desecrate the shrine?
It says a shrine to an evil god. Why is she so upset? It doesn't matter. Sure, it wasn't officially destroyed. Whatever. She is too high strung.
Listen to this cleric playing hard and fast with the rules.
God. You know, I was going to take her out for a drink too after this was finished.
You're gonna get back to your
But maybe you
temple and
weren't.
be like, I need your badge and your gun, here now!
You're a loose cannon, so
You're a loose cannon, Sovalis!
I am the law.
I am love. I am comfort. I am.
I am beauty.